Hey guys, HW back for day 4 in Sydney. Thanks buddy. Just waiting for my flat white to arrive outside Mecca in King Street. Mecca is one of those roasters that I've showcased in one of my coffee tours back a couple of years ago. It's a cracking coffee roaster, Mecca. It's right up there with some of the ones that I've mentioned before. There wasn't many people sitting here today, so I thought I'd jump in here in King Street, Mecca, and get myself a flat white. I've got to show you the flat white, don't I? There it is, the flat white has arrived. But firstly, let me tell you, I'm absolutely exhausted on day 4 of this Sydney expose. I had the video for Wednesday ready pretty early yesterday afternoon, and I was uploading it, and you'll see in the video for Wednesday I go into the art gallery in New South Wales, and I enter this exhibition that has a jukebox, and the jukebox music was really loud, so I turned the volume down, and it just so happened to be playing the American national anthem guitar version. I looked up before I put the video together. I looked up to see if the national anthem of America was copyrighted or not, and it wasn't. It was in the public domain, so I thought, oh okay, no problem. But it turned out it was just for the mere fact that it was played by a famous artist who, for the life of me, I can't remember who it is. It got copyrighted, and it got a copyright strike, and not just a normal copyright strike, it got one that was like global, worldwide ban, like crazy. So I was up until like 1 o'clock in the morning trying to put it on, but then I gave up and ended up waking up early this morning and putting it up there again after I got the volume. I had to mute the whole clip basically, so that's that. Anyway, we're here for Thursday, which is day 4. Let me tuck into this flat white. Yeah, delicious. Mecca never disappoints. So put this down on your list for coffee when you're in Sydney, Mecca in King Street. But yeah, Thursday in Sydney, you know what Thursday in Sydney is about? All the workers come into the office to have lunch and drinks with their workmates. And when we get around in a moment, we'll see that illustrated in all of the restaurants and cafes and pubs as we walk past them. So it's quite a busy day on the streets. I wouldn't expect so much in the offices, apart from them. They probably come in this morning and did a little bit of work, and now they're out hitting all the haunts around the city. So let's do the weather observations while we're sitting here in King Street. The weather today is supposed to get up to 23 degrees. But as you can see with the big coat that I've got on, I was absolutely frozen before I left the house this morning. I'm not sure it's going to get up to the 23 degrees Celsius that's forecast for today. And the wind's from the direct north at 24 kilometres an hour. So let's have another look out onto King Street and all the goings on. People lined up for this joint next door for food. CBD hotel across the road's got a few punters out there having work drinks with their workmates, and a few people coming down York Street. So let me finish this delicious flat white, and then we'll get around the streets of Sydney. Down at Barangaroo, come down here to illustrate the Thursday work lunch and drinks with colleagues. This is a good place to start. I was going to go down King Street Wharf as well, but that's all under construction or reconstruction at the moment, or redevelopment. But all the punters are actually indoors in each of those establishments rather than being outside. So instead we'll walk along Barangaroo and have a look at all the people in there having lunch and drinks with their workmates. Of course, there's a few tourists in here as well, but there are a lot of work groups that I've already noticed. All of these establishments along here will be loving it that the King Street Wharf's getting redeveloped. They may even pinch all of the patrons from the King Street Wharf permanently, depending on how long it takes to redevelop. Little puppy dog there. You can see all the workers with the lanyards around their necks. Buddy at the end of the table back there didn't look like he was too keen to be on camera. Too bad. Public place. A few in there sucking down schooners with their workmates. A quick look at the redevelopment of King Street Wharf there, see all the builders in there. Here's more coming down from the office towers of Barangaroo to join in. Even before the disruption of 2020, Thursday and Thursday night would be drinking times for the workers, Thursday lunch and Thursday night as well. So a lot of these people their lunch will drag into the late afternoon and then go into more drinks later tonight. That's always been the case, because Monday and Friday now are the days that people stay at home. So not tonight will be a fairly big night. On top of that, the city doesn't stay open late. Anyway, most establishments close at midnight. So anyone that's really keen on going out on a Friday might still come into the city, but a lot of them will eventually end up in the suburbs where drinking establishments stay open a bit later. Places like Newtown is a good example. So a few people in that restaurant over there. A few of those punters that work in the banking industry are all sitting around with their work colleagues having some food from these food courts at the bottom of the Westpac building here. Have a look across the road at all the punters standing outside the hotel, the Occidental Hotel on Erskine Street, having a few lagers. Go past there later tonight, that'll be packed. Whole footpath will be packed with drinkers. Let's take a view of the punters having nectars in the Strand Arcade. Just standing on this little bridge in between the different floors of the Strand. A few people outside Gumption enjoying cappuccinos. I can see a guy there with a piccolo. Ladies just consumed a latte. So you can see here, right, in the Strand, not as busy as it usually is, because people are out boozing and having lunches instead. Let's have a look at this side. This side's a bit busier because it's all tourists. This family of tourists down here, they've just finished off a couple of large plates of pasta by the looks of things. Let's go further down, have a look at a few of the others. What's that guy tucking into down there? Looks like he's got a plate of bacon and potato gems. It's bizarre. These two ladies have got some delicious salads there. One's got a sandwich. Maybe they're sharing it. Thursday is also a shopping day in Sydney. The shops stay open a bit later on a Thursday night. So there's a few punters getting around the Pitt Street Mall. And I've got to keep talking over this guy with a guitar down here, because that'll give me another copyright strike. And this side of the Pitt Street Mall, and still the loud guitarist continues. I just walked out of the Myer store and I saw the funniest thing. There was two guys walking through with fishing rods. all set up, ready to fish. I wonder what they were going to catch inside the store. Funny stuff. Let's spy on the food court underneath the Myer store now. Got all the punters down there smashing all types of takeaway food. Back in the old days, my workmates and I, we used to call these pig troughs. It's all mass-produced food, right? And then they all scurry in here to consume at a rapid rate. You can see a guy down there eating KFC, lady eating some Chinese. Someone having a laksa down there. Someone having a poke bowl. Someone eating McDonald's. Let's check back the other way. Oh, I can see a lady holding up her McDonald's fries down there like it's the Olympic torch. She's pretty excited about them. Shout out to DN. DN loves his chippies. I'll usually toss them. I'm not a big fan of the fries. This guy down here is having himself a pizza by the looks of things. Let's just have a quick look at the food court inside the Westfield on level 5.
built it right there.
Starting to die down a bit because it's getting later. It's starting to head back to the office to send that last email. Well, some of the older people are starting to head home, trying to beat the rush, get back on the train back home before the school kids get out. Let's stand over here for a little bit and watch all the punters file out of Sky Phoenix over there, where you can see that red wall emblazoned, all coming out after their work lunch of yum cha. Look at the punters lined up for the tea here. What do you call them? Bobber teas, I think. Standing just above the fountain that was in the Matrix film now. In Martin Place, let's set up the camera and we'll just watch these punters eat their lunch and get attacked by bin chickens for a little while, eh? Anyway, that'll do for the look into Sydney on a Thursday. I'm about to consume my lunch, which is black pepper beef tenderloin with rice, and I'm inside the MLC Centre looking up at this delightful water featured roof above me. So again, in summary, Thursday in Sydney, what does it look like? The workers coming in to socialise with their workmates, off to the pub for lunch, drinks after work, late night shopping. That's Thursday in Sydney. So that's part 4 of the 7-part series. Ticked off the list now. I'll see you in the next vid. The video is over. Turn this footage. It got up to 22.5 degrees Celsius.